Good morning and welcome. Merry Christmas. I'm going to be making some delicious old-fashioned Christmas goodies and I wanted to share those with you. Today we're making date nut balls, and this recipe came from my mom. Years ago she made these and I haven't had them since I was a child, and I looked up and I found the recipe. So we're going to make these today with coconut, pecans, and dates. It's so good. Let me know if you've ever heard of this recipe because it goes way back into my childhood that I remember these. So I'm going to make a big batch of those today. But also I have some really good news. I'm going to do an open collaboration with those subscribers of mine that have YouTube channels, and we're going to call this #SharingChristmasGoodies. #SharingChristmasGoodies. So if you have a delicious Christmas goodie that you want to share, you just attach that hashtag, refer back to my channel, and I'm going to create a playlist and I will put that up, and we'll just start sharing all of these Christmas goodies. And I've got a bunch of them, so I'll be doing one all the time, about every other day, because I've got so many really good recipes. But this one I have not made before. I just remember my mom making it. So in the description box, I'm going to leave the #SharingChristmasGoodies. You copy that link and you put it with your video if you have one. And I invite you, if you don't have a YouTube channel, take a picture of you and your Christmas goodie, attach the recipe, and email it to me at mimitodd149@gmail.com. And I will share that in my community page. So this is going to be real exciting. So if you don't have a channel, don't worry. Take a picture, print the recipe, and send it to me, and I'll put it on my community tab. Now, if you want to be part of my community, you hit the notification bell, check my community tab, and there you'll see all those things that we're going to be doing this month. So let's get busy. I'm going to share with you what goes in this recipe. We're going to chop up some pecans. We're going to use coconut, 1.5 cups of sugar, 1.5 cups of water. We're going to take these pitted dates and chop them up. And then we're going to use crispy rice cereal or Rice Krispie cereal. I just use the Food Line brand. It's much less expensive. And so I'm going to share with you how easy it is to make these delicious date nut balls. So let's get busy. We got a lot of chopping to do. All right, first we're going to chop up 3 cups of pecans. So I'm just using my knife and rough chopping up these pecans. I love pecans. Now you could use walnuts, but pecans are my favorite. So I'm going to chop up 3 cups. All right, next we need 3.5 cups of pitted chopped dates. Now I bought whole dates, but next time I will buy the packages of already chopped dates. I think they will work much better. These are a little difficult to chop, but I would recommend you buy the pre-chopped dates. But you're going to need 3.5 cups, which was 2 packages. Now in a nice sized pot, I'm going to be adding the pecans, the chopped dates, and then we're going to add in 1.5 cups of white sugar, and then 1.5 cups of water. I'm just going to mix this all together with a big spoon, and we're going to take this over to the stove in a minute and bring it to a boil. So now I'm going to add in that 1.5 cups of water, and then 1/4 teaspoon of salt. That's all the ingredients you need. So let's get this all mixed up and over to the stove. Now you bring this mixture to a boil, and then you reduce the heat to medium-low. You're going to cook this for 5 to 8 minutes, stirring occasionally so it doesn't stick. All right, after the time is up, you take it off the stove and you see it's really thick. That's what you want, a nice jam-like consistency. And then we're going to pour in our 4 cups of Rice Krispies. Now, I would wait until this is cooled a little bit better. We're going to fold in those Rice Krispies, and then we're going to spoon these out onto some parchment paper. And they're very hot, so I recommend you let this cool. And then we're going to start rolling these in the coconut. Now I did grease my hands well with some butter, and then I picked up those balls and rolled them a little bit tighter, and then we just tossed them in some shredded coconut. The recipe calls for 4.5 cups of shredded coconut, and so each ball was rolled up a little tighter and then dredged through that coconut. Now the recipe states that these need to be refrigerated or frozen, so I am packing a little gift tin, and then I'm going to put some in the freezer for guests that are coming later. And these are so delicious, and this recipe made 67 balls. So it goes a long way. It's very delicious. My husband had several when he came in the door. So I hope you enjoy this old-fashioned date nut recipe. All right, let's do a taste test. I've got my cup of milk and my date nut balls. Oh, y'all, that is so good. Oh, the dates and the pecans. That is delicious. Now, I would recommend you let your mixture cool before you put in the Rice Krispies. Just let it cool a little bit. I think the Rice Krispies would have been a little bit more crunchier, but these are really good. This brings back a lot of memories. I love coconut anyway, and dates are my favorite. Oh, so good. Now, the recipe says to store these in the refrigerator, or you can freeze them. Let me have a little sip of milk. Y'all, these were my mom's glasses. I've got a set of tall glasses, and then these cups. I don't know where she got these. It says they're made in the USA, but they're so pretty and vintage, and I just love them. I pull them out at Christmas and use them. These are very good. It's a nice old-fashioned treat for those of us that remember back in the 60s and 70s, our moms making these. And I've got a little tin I'm going to send home with Daddy. He comes to visit me tomorrow, so put that in the refrigerator for him. But anyway, I just wanted to thank you for watching. Y'all make sure that if you have a channel, I'm going to call out Jill at North Texas Vegetable Garden, Jackie at Little Country Cabin, Robbie Lynn, the Homesteading Pastor, Better Living on a Budget. I've got so many great channels that follow along with me. Use the hashtag sharingchristmasgoodies. I challenge y'all to put those goodies out there. If you don't have a channel, don't worry. Send me a picture of you with your goodie and the recipe, and I will post it in the community tab. So thank you all so much for watching. This is a great kickoff to the holiday season. I wish you the very best. Many blessings from Mimi's Home and Garden.